Tonight, the battle against ISIS and political developments here at home with growing criticism of the president's plan for the terror group. House Speaker John Boehner among those saying that the president's war powers request just didn't go far enough.
President Obama is now asking Congress for authorization to fight ISIS. You have said that his bill that he sent up is too restrictive. Do you support giving the president authority to launch a full-scale ground war, U.S. ground troops in Iraq and Syria against ISIS? Do you think that he should at least be given that authorization?
The president is asking for less authority than he has today under previous authorizations. I don't think that's smart.
Even Democrats taking issue with the president's plan, with the top Democrat in the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Jack Reed, coming out against the 3-year time limit.
We don't want to send a signal to the world that we're there for just so many years. Unfortunately, this battle is going to take a long time. I think we'd be better off having a resolution that did not have a specific time limit.
Joining us now, Kevin Jackson, Executive Director of the Black Sphere and radio talk show host, and Santita Jackson, radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. You both share the same last name, but different political points of view. So it's nice to have you both on this program. One question for both of you on this. One of the top news stories of the day that we had on our program already is the growing aggressiveness of ISIS, the violence of ISIS. Santita, even if Democrats have some issue with the president's authorization for use of military force, why not support the president in a fight against ISIS?
You know, I think I'm going to say something that might surprise you. I agree with President George Herbert Walker Bush. This needs to be an Arab-led effort because we cannot be seen as people who are leading a war against a religion, against Islam. That's 1 billion people. That will not work. But we also have to be mindful of the fact that Americans are tired of endless, extensive wars. Jenna, this has cost us $1.5 trillion already. This engagement with Iraq, Afghanistan, and ISIS, it just continues to grow. And we're asking Americans to pay a terrific price. And before we ask any American to give their life, they need to be given a compelling reason to do so.
Kevin, I hear you giggling, if that's what you want to call it. I see you smiling. What do you disagree with Santita on that?
Nice try, deflection, Santita. Look, I feel like I'm in an episode of Maury. Barack Obama, you are the father of this situation. He has created the situation that we are currently in by abandoning Bush's policies. And what he's cleverly trying to do is hand the keys to Boehner and say, hey, take the car for the weekend, in hopes that Boehner will pick it up and suddenly buy the vehicle. Look, this is just a clever ruse.
So you're saying
Boehner's
it's politics.
Smart.
Kevin, in this, though, is it if the Republicans are not supporting the president only for political reasons because they don't want to give him political cover, then doesn't that put the Republicans also in a bad spot of not really doing what's best for the country?
Not at all. In fact, what the Republicans are doing, I think, is, and this is one of the areas where I agree with Boehner, he's been very clever by saying, no, Barack, you can have everything you want. You will have full support from Congress to wage what it takes to eradicate this enemy, not to try to keep them in check, not to consider them an insurgency or some sort of a nuisance as if they're just committing little minuscule crimes around the world. This is a big effort. And he's baiting Barack Obama, saying, look, take the ball and run with it. Because what Barack Obama is essentially asking for is essentially what he's already doing. Why does he need Congress's approval to do what he's already doing?
Respond to that point, because could it be argued as well, like Kevin is arguing, that the president is really looking for political cover himself? That's why he's even turning to Congress for support on this. He could do without this authorization.
Well, no, actually,
why not?
We need to go to Congress for authorization for a war. And we need to, and I would urge Mr. Jackson to read the language of this legislation, because the fact is this legislation opens the door not only for this president to launch a war, to launch any kind of military campaign, it opens the door for any other administration after his. Look, I repeat,
no, it's very restricted.
No, it's not.
Go ahead, Santita.
Look at the language. The fact is, Kevin, people are tired of endless, extensive wars. I said that at the top. $1.5 trillion. Look, you're asking mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, husbands, wives, and partners to give them oh brother,
okay,
because
we're running up against a commercial break. Kevin, your quick response to that.
Those are not talking points. These are people who die and who live by this. Look at these military families.
My quick response is that's just Democrat talking points. What we've got to do is decide we want to get rid of an enemy. Do we want to get rid of an enemy or not?
No, make a case to the American people, and then we can all sign on. The Congress,
the case has been made. Barack Obama's waging
all right, we're going to have to leave it
this
there.
Is not
He's
about
waging
President
a war.
Obama.
We're going to have to leave it there.
Okay, I respect that.
We'll leave it there, but certainly more to talk about. A big question still ahead about how we are going to confront this enemy and what's the proper way to do so. Kevin and Santita, nice to have you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.